Guys, welcome back to another video. It's been a hot minute since I've made a video. So now that I've seen all these movies, I think it's a pretty good time to get this video out there, get it out there. We're ranking all the Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit movies because why not? We need a ranking. So let's get to that. Before we get into this, make sure to like and subscribe. It goes a long way in helping the channel. And you can probably predict my list because it's a very generic list. But if you disagree, man, that's cool. Number 6, The Battle of the Five Armies. This movie is bad. This movie is really bad. Um, for one, pretty much all the plot, like The Hobbit is just like a short story. You can't stretch it into a trilogy where, if you notice, every movie progressively gets shorter as opposed to the Lord of the Rings trilogy where they get longer. So in the first place, there's barely anything for Battle of the Five Armies to do. And even beyond that, it's a really boring movie. I mean, it's a really boring movie. Beyond that, you have just this weird version of Legolas that's just not Legolas. The main character, who's like beard guy, Aragorn ripoff, is basically promoted to the main character fully in this movie. Bilbo's not even really the main character anymore, he's just kind of there. And Smaug dies in the first scene of the movie. So for a trilogy that felt awful convoluted, they kill off Smaug, and then they're adding so much in that it's not even the Hobbit anymore. It's not a good movie. It's not a good movie. It's easily number 6 on this list. Number 5 is Desolation of Smaug. I don't really know what to say about this movie. It exists. It's harmless. It's also a really boring movie like Battle of the Five Armies. You don't really care about anyone in the story. Smaug himself is really annoying, which is why I didn't talk about him when I was talking about Battle of the Five Armies, because obviously he's in more of this film. Um, he's really annoying, dude. Like he's like a cartoonish villain that just monologues everything to their hero. It's really boring, um, and annoying. And overall, you'll have a hard time remembering anything that comes from this movie. I mean, pretty much anything. It's a really, really dull movie. Um, and the ending credit song, are you kidding me? Like, I kid you not. I got to the end of this movie, and then it plays like this song for about like 20 seconds, and they're like, oh, bro. Directed by Peter Jackson. And it's not like do 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 do. No, 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 no. It's like this weird like emo song, and it's like it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense, dude. Number 5, Battle of the Five Armies. Number 4, An Unexpected Journey. Harmless enough movie. This is the only one that in the Hobbit trilogy that I would consider not even kind of close to bad, just not exactly compelling either. I mean, straight off the bat, it kind of puts you off with just um Gandalf just saying, "Hey, come on an adventure with me. By the way, I'm letting these 12 guys eat all your food. 13, I think." And that's not really something that I want Gandalf to do. Um, so they set off on this journey to like reclaim this kingdom or whatever. It's really boring and basic in comparison to Lord of the Rings, but unlike definitely unlike Battle of the Five Armies and unlike Desolation of Smaug, this one doesn't do anything to like actively just make you mad. There's nothing that's just like, dude, what? Like there were like Battle of the Five Armies definitely took things a little far. That movie's final battle is longer than that of Return to King, which, I mean, should say something. But when you watch Unexpected Journey, it's just a man movie, but you don't really care that it's a man movie. You're entertained enough, but you kind of still just rather be watching the Lord of the Rings trilogy. Speaking of the Lord of the Rings trilogy, Number 3, The Two Towers. So Two Towers kind of has that problem that maybe not even Desolation and Smaug has. That it's the middle chapter, and the way the trilogy works is setup, development, payoff. Two Towers is the development, so it's working through that development. It's giving our characters, it's expanding this world, giving our characters more of arcs. Maybe introduces like one or two new characters. Um, and it does a good job at that. It does a good job at development, particularly for Smeagol. Um, it's annoying in this movie. He is so annoying in this movie. Arguably even more in Return to King, which we will get to. But I think this movie does a great job of expanding the world. I think it's one of the better sequels out there. I'm talking about first sequels. It's definitely one of the better first sequels out there. Um, Overall, man, solid movie. Just don't quite like it as much as the other two movies in the trilogy. And yeah, you guys know how the rankings going from here on out. Number 2, Fellowship of the Ring. It's such a solid start to the trilogy. It introduces these characters to us, these very compelling characters to us, and Frodo and Sam and so on and so forth. They're just fun to be around. They're charismatic. They're fun. Um, and of course Gandalf. Dude, I was at summer camp, and the whole time I was like imitating Gandalf with like sticks I found in the forest. It was really fun. Nobody liked it, but I found it fun. Um, and this movie just has that iconic vibe to it. It has so many scenes that are iconic. Maybe not as many as Return to King. Maybe it's not as good as a movie as Return to King, but it still has those incredible, incredible moments. And overall, dude, such a solid trilogy starter, and probably one of the best trilogy starters of all time. Number 1, Return of the King. Nobody is surprised by this. Nobody is surprised by this. The thing about the Lord of the Rings trilogy is that every movie is so good that no matter what way you order them, I won't be like, oh, why is that there? The thing about the Hobbit trilogy is that it's so boring that whatever way you order it, I won't be like, oh, why is that there? I think everyone pretty much has bowed to Five Armies last though. Return of the King though, very few people will argue that it's not the best Lord of the Rings movie. Because while you're watching the movie, you're watching this epic unfold. You're watching all these character arcs culminate that have been established in Fellowship and Two Towers. And the way they come together, the satisfying way that they come together, with the music and the battles and the endings and the emotional character arcs and payoff, and Frodo coming home and just like not everything quite being the way it was, and that emotional goodbye that you have, dude. Easily, probably, yeah, the greatest movie ending of all time, maybe, behind Revenge of the Sith and Inception. Um, it is a phenomenal, phenomenal movie. Easily one of the greatest movies of all time. And it is number 1 on this list because, of course, it is. Thank you guys for watching this movie. Thank you guys for watching this video. I appreciate it a lot. And we will see you in the next video. Later.